Hey, so Chronos Mortus interview part 2 from Federico from Frozen Crown. Question number 7. Who would you like to mention in relation to recording and studio work? What is it like to hear the end result and everything sparking the way you like it? Yes, absolutely. I am going to mention just one person here, which is Andrea Fusini. Andrea Fusini, maybe some of you that are in touch with Napalm would know him already for his work with D-Lane, because he worked on the latest D-Lane album. But aside from that, Andrea has been producing all our albums. So all our 5 albums have been produced by him. I worked on the guitar recordings and on the keyboards and bass recording as well. But he has been recording vocals, drums, and also mixing and mastering everything. I think he's always doing a perfect job. He's a perfectionist and also very talented. But I would say this album was literally the best I ever heard. War Hearts, our latest album, is literally the best he ever worked on, because it really managed to have all these different elements to shine. He managed to make an album with a huge part of orchestration, to be anyway very guitar oriented, which was exactly our goal. The huge difference this time is that in the past we've been using down-tuned guitars only on some parts where we needed some heavier, or maybe, lower riffs. This time instead, we have been working with 2 different guitars, but most importantly with my 7-string Jackson guitar, with which I recorded pretty much all the rhythm and most of the leads, but playing all the riffs 2 different octaves. So every single riff have got his own lower counterpart, and that adds, of course, a lot of depth to the sound. And that's also reflected in the way we play that live, because of course in a live environment I'm playing my 7-string, so I'm playing all the down-tuned riffs, while Fabiola and Alessia are playing their regular 6-strings guitars. So that creates a combination that is what basically constitutes our current sound. And Andrea managed to portray that beautifully with our new album. So when we listened to that, we were of course amazed, because he never ceased amazing us, but we never really had any doubt about that. So it was obvious for us we were going to be very happy with the album. Question number 8. On which basis did you arrange the opening song, closing song, and the rest of the songs? How do the lyrics connect them to each other? I would say, this question really opens up quite some interesting things, because when I write songs, I never write songs as standalone songs. I never happen to have just those 2 songs in my laptop. Then I say, okay, these songs could be inserted in some new album. Or maybe I never found myself like I'm writing an album and then I'm just missing that last song to close the album. Never anything like that. When I'm writing an album, I'm writing it on parallel. So all songs are born literally in the same moment, as I usually imagine the album as being some sort of a movie, with an introduction, main part, climax, descending part, and then the grand finale, so to speak. So for that reason, from the very beginning, I already know which the first song is going to be, how the album is going to end, and which different songs are going to be in the whole album. So this allows me to be much quicker as well, as I lay down like I can say, I lay down a general idea, which is mostly also the title of the song, as a chapter of the whole album, and then I go arranging them one by one. But at that time, that's a really quick job, because the most important thing is having the idea in mind, and part of the idea is also the album cover, which always comes pretty much first. I mean, not the album cover itself, but the idea for that at least. I have to say I draw a lot of sketches before even starting writing songs. So I would say that drawing sketches is the first thing when I start writing an album. At the same time, the second thing may be the lyrics. Now, you're asking about the lyrics and how they connect them to each other. I start with the titles mostly, and most of the time I start from the chorus. When I start from the chorus, I have got maybe not the entire lyrics of the chorus laid down, but at least the main parts, the main words that are going to resonate in the chorus. And that helps me a lot identifying the atmosphere, the theme of the song itself. And then when I do that for all songs, I end up adding lyrics here and there until they are completed, and they absolutely connect them to each other, because we're always talking about the story with an album that has a start and not an end properly, because then it's set to continue with the next album. So, question number 9. Okay. What are my words? What do we lie about the new album? Yeah, I would say absolutely agree with you that it's got a fuller sound. Yeah, I would say this album. First of all, I'm really thankful for you. With you defining this a masterpiece, of course. I would add that what the new album really managed to do is to highlight our I would say our friendship, but I mean our tie. I mean, we're literally a family as a band, and this harmony, we've been living together. We've been playing around together during the last couple of years, traveling together, and also spending a lot of time together, not only for the band tasks, but just because we are happy to spend time together, even if in our everyday life. That harmony, the new arrival, of Alessia, which is so young and so full of energy, and all these different people, so noisy, like only Italians can be. So noisy, so bright, so energetic, so interesting, are really managing to create a big, beautiful harmony between all the members. And I think this album managed to reflect that harmony. Let alone that this is literally the first album where all band members actually laid down their parts. So this is really a first timer, and I think you can actually feel that all these personalities are all together in this album, because our first albums, as I said, were pretty much solo projects, but right now we're a real band, and I say War Hearts is the first album where we sound as a real band, I would say. Question number 10. In the video just released, you asked me if the present one is the most successful cycle in Frozen Crown's lifetime so far. I think not, for the simple fact, so far, absolutely yes. It's the brightest moment, and of course the most successful cycle. This is reflected by the pre-orders we had. We literally were overwhelmed with orders. We always sold quite well on our online shop, but actually, this time was just unreal. But aside from that, I would say yes, this is the most successful cycle in Frozen Crown lifespan. But of course, I think at the same time, this is just the beginning, because this is our first time with Napalm. So I think we are still doing very little compared to what we could do in the future or in the near future as well. 11. About the Awaken the World tour. Well, I mean, no, you will not hear mainly new songs. That for the simple fact that we are playing not that much. I mean, our set is not that long. We are 4 bands playing, so we are playing little, And the fact is, we are going to play in front of people that maybe never heard about us as well. So we like to offer them, how can I say, an overview of our entire discography, I think we are going to play much more songs from our new album War Hearts in our next tour, when we are going to probably be headliners or not, who knows. We're working on a lot of exciting things, but I think this is not the right moment to play only songs from the new album. Actually, we are playing a very fast set, a very tight set, where songs go quickly one after the other, and most importantly, we won't be having time for encore. So there's not going to be any encore song. We think we are going to see more Frozen Crowns on the tour than before. I think 50-50. I think we're going to find a lot of new people as well. Question number 12. So yeah, speaking of 50-50, who is in charge, the men or the women? Well, actually, about the decisions, if you are talking about the managing, the main decisions, those are all by me, because I'm, the dictator in the band. No, jokes aside, I'm the band manager, and we all think that some specific tasks should be followed by one person, which is full-time. This is my full-time job, and I'm entirely focused on this. So the other band members are trusting my work. At the same time, there is really nobody literally in charge of everything, but both men and women are in charge of stuff. Before, I told you about Alessia and her role in managing the technical stuff. She's literally extremely proficient with that, and when she has got that in charge, I'm not even checking what she's doing. I'm just trusting her, putting that in her hands, and she's also in charge of other tasks in the band as well. Or for example, our singer Jade is always in task about all in-ear monitor related. So everybody has got specific tasks, and everybody is in charge of his or her own field. Absolutely. About the atmosphere inside the band at the moment, I just replied you a few questions ago. It's just absolutely amazing. Question number 13. Will this be Alessia's first major tour? Well, actually, we played with Udo, with the UDO in Scandinavia already. For a tour which was like 20 days or a couple of weeks, if I'm not wrong. So maybe it's not our first major tour. I don't know, maybe this is going to be a little bigger probably, but she's already used to that, absolutely, to tour live actually. You ask, she's certainly bold, brave, and loves the challenge. Absolutely, the really, I'm working with a lot of young people. I always love to give chances to young people for the simple fact that Italy is a very bad place for young people. Italy is a country for old men. in the sense that nobody trusts youngs, nobody wants to favor them in any way, and that's also the reason why Italy is so hard if a young person would like to start a business. That's literally impossible. The government, the taxes, everything, it's just against you in that. Italy is not a place for young people, and that's also the reason why a lot of young people from Italy are just traveling abroad, searching for jobs abroad. I'm really against this. When we changed lineup or we added new members, a lot of Italian old people were asking me, but why aren't you just calling that Rhapsody old member or that other big band member in the band, rather than taking this new inexperienced people, just like it was a bad thing. I really like to write new stories, new story of new people tracing their own path rather than relying on all the usual old people, and I really think these younglings, I'm speaking about Alessia, but also Niso, our drummer, which actually joined the band when he was 17 and now he's 21. These young people are really brave and bold in the sense that maybe they could be insecure about something sometimes, but they always face that, directly with no fear. They're so brave and bold. As you said, sometimes they make mistakes. They're so cute when they do that, but they still try that. I really appreciate that, and I think you cannot succeed if you're not brave enough. Because of course, time is of the essence, and you need to know where to wait. Of course, this is something that young people are not so good at, I have to admit, and that's where I feel like an old uncle and I have to give them advices. But generally speaking, they know where to strike, at the right moment. They are always ready to strike, as our song War Heart says. Question number 14. I think there will be many more Frozen Crown albums to come. How long of a lifespan do you guys envision for the band? Well, I think, as I said, we have got pretty young people in the band, so even if someday I have to retire, which is never going to happen, but even if that happens, I expect the band to go on and on and on and on with a new legacy, new people, and to live forever, maybe. Our goals and plans are simply to keep enjoying this as we are doing, because I think, enjoying what you're doing is really the key in this and in all kind of job. What do you think the team needs to improve on? Of course, to have more and more experiences. We were born as an Italian band, as I said, and we had all the downsides of that. First one being having such a hard situation for live playing. So we really didn't play live a lot. We just started, touring on a regular basis. Now that we are with ETM, our agency, we're so happy about. And, I think we absolutely need to have more and more experiences. And thanks a lot. And it's great. I had the chance to talk with you as well, even if not directly. I hope you enjoy these answers, and I hope your readers enjoy this and enjoyed our album War Hearts as much as we enjoyed creating it. So have a great day. Cheers.